All right. All right. So anyone who
Oh, there's something about tinfoil that we were talking about, which is quite relevant, isn't there? But that's another question. That's another situation altogether.
do you want to deal
what we
with?
was talking about?
I do remember that. Do you want to talk about the tinfoil hat
No,
thing?
because that. To be honest, that's part of the joke, and that's not what you want to do here.
No. Okay. All right. No, that's true. So what you're saying there, and all of this was in the context of what's coming down the pike at us over the next few years. And then you started off, which I did appreciate, saying, well, actually, first of all, let's get the nonsense out of the way. And you're saying that in the alternative media, there's a lot of nonsense, and from the inside, the whole thing is seen as a bit of a comedy show most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like, look how...
And the times it isn't taken as a comedy show is when they actually take your ideas on. Because every now and then, some crackpot will come up with an idea that actually flies.
Okay.
And it will be used. And that crackpot will find his life easier. He will get funding.
Can you give us an example of that?
You put me on the spot there.
No is fine. That's all right.
No, I can't. Not right now. Let me think while we're talking, and maybe, or maybe you'll come across something where it will become apparent to me that it is an example.
Okay. That's cool, but I get the concept. I was just immediately curious because you hadn't mentioned that to me before.
Oh.
Okay. So, what you're describing is that the alternative media is a bit of a circus. It's a bit of a comedy show. There are all kinds of characters who have got their some fixed idea about something that's very crazy, and that suits the 33 very well because they are very happy to see people running as hard as they can in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And taking as many people with them as possible.
Yeah.
Because it takes away a potential source of problem, which is what would be people actually really waking up and looking at the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Disinformation. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very useful. The most useful thing.
Yes.
I would say. Much better than a punch.
Right. Yes.
Because if you threaten these guys, they actually get worse.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it gives them validity.
Yes. Yes. Right. So you said you weren't very good with numbers, which I actually don't really believe that. But on a percentage scale in the alternative media, how much nonsense is there?
I've already told you that once, and you already know. I would say at least 70%.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is 90%,
okay.
But that's a bit unfair
okay.
because I don't get on with those people very well at all, which is why you're another surprise.
Right. You're another surprise because we get along well with each other. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Usually I couldn't tolerate someone like you because I would get angry and just say you're talking rubbish and get out of my sight because I'm going to hurt you.
Okay. That's very funny. It's like, get out of my sight, and I'm taking care of you here because otherwise, you'd be smart to walk out of that door now. It's a joke. So I know sometimes it hasn't been a joke either.
No,
it's a very fine line. We've talked about this as well.
Before, yeah.
Like between humour and deadly seriousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Those of you who know me quite well know that I make a lot of jokes and seriousness. Okay. So if we're talking about the 70% that's nonsense, let's say it's 70. What's the 30% that's real?
Oh, that's a good question. And it's quite a large. Again, you've done it. It's quite a large question. Perhaps you. I mean, I could put that straight back at you and say, what do you think the 30% is real? And it'd be just as difficult for you to answer.
Well, I could.
I think people get an idea of who's telling the truth and who isn't. All right, you could tell me straight. Oh, body language. Everyone will go for body language. Let me tell you something about body language. I use it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are aware, it's very easy for me because of my accent and what people make and very often make a judgment about me, and that's very handy. Very handy.
Okay, it suits you down to the ground.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Uneducated, thuggish, brutal.
And they think that you're unintelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they consider me dangerous, maybe, or they watch their step, maybe, but they wouldn't expect me to know things about body language and things like that. Now, they're in a very dangerous position there because I do. And body language is something you can use against someone because if you know and can control yourself, which can be done, you can give them a false flag.
Yes.
They'll think that you're telling the truth and you're not, because you know that you can control yourself.
Yes.
So they are their own worst enemies. A little bit of education, very dangerous.
They can think that you're being submissive, and you're not.
Absolutely. They can think that I'm telling the truth. You know, everyone knows that, you know, it's getting quite in the public domain now, but body language and psychology behind it and all the rest of it. You know, if your eyes do this or they do that, you know, well, yeah, okay. If the guy doesn't know or the girl doesn't know anything about it, and you're educated and you're there for a reason, and you're trying and you're looking for those things and they're unaware of it, well then, yeah, of course you'll get a good representation of what that person's thinking and saying. But if the individual is playing you and has a good education in that, they will use it against you, and you won't even be aware of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
you're now wondering if I'm doing it to you.
I've been watching you for the last 4 or 5 months. You're a very good psychologist. Of course you are. Not an academic one, but you never were academically qualified at any of the things which you're good at. It's been very interesting watching you do your job very professionally and effectively.
But what I would say is I haven't.
Well, not by your previous standards.
No.
Not by your previous standards.
No. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I do it, but for the right reasons. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
If you're getting somewhere where, you said it last night, the hot and cold game.
Yes.
That's what I do.
Yes.
That's what I do. So I'm doing it in that respect.
Yes. Like,
you're getting
what you're talking about is guiding and steering.
Yeah.
Saying, yes, you're on the mark now, you're on the mark now.
Not defending myself.
Yeah.
Trying to get out, you know, you're not the judge.
Sure.
So I don't need to be a victim, you know, I don't need to be in the dock.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we got onto that because we were talking about what people thought about you. We were talking about disinformation. We were talking about what people, I think we were, what people thought about you, and people would often read you wrong, and that you were talking about body language and so on and so forth. The tracks that we were on just before that, I was talking about what in the 30% that wasn't the 70% maybe is on the money or close to it. What do we need to worry about? There are a lot of people watching this right now who really want to know what they should be aware of, what they should be looking at, what they should be preparing for.
Let's allay some fears. Some serious nonsense.
Very good.
No nuclear war.
Good.
Forget it. It's not happening, never will happen, would have happened by now, surely you can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, 1983, we came that close.
1983?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was it 85? 85.
I don't know. Okay.
We came that close. Documented. Have a look into it. You know, I can't remember what it was all about. But basically, America and Russia came within inches in a mistake, and that kind of, you know.
It's not the Cuban Missile Crisis. We're talking about that.
Later on. No.
Later on in the 80s,
later on. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a historian, Bill, so I don't know. I'm just using an example. There was something. We have come close a few times. You just mentioned another one, so you know.
I believe it.
Okay. And it didn't happen. So if it was going to, that was when it was going to. So that's all rubbish. And besides, if you do that, you ruin everything.
Yep.
It's
and
pure nonsense.
And it takes people out, and it's not selective.
Exactly.
Is it? It's not selective.
Exactly. Yeah. You damage what you know. Do you want that country after that?
Yeah.
Look how long you're going to have to wait. And let's face it. Look what happened to England. You know, they ended up paying for the Second World War and putting everything right, and they're now in a weaker position than Germany is.
Okay. So
and Japan, the same thing with Japan, with America.
So you are saying
the winner loses.
Yes.
Financially.
Yeah.
So just from the finance, people understand finances, and they know that everyone at the top is greedy. This is this is stuff we know. So just by that same token, there is going to be no conflict of that description because it's detrimental to everybody.
Okay.
So you don't have to go. You know, I feel sorry for all the guys that have gone and liquidated all their assets and run to the hills. You're idiots. There was no need to do that. You've wasted your time. If you did it because of that,
yes,
you've wasted your time.
Well, let's say the people who've liquidated their assets and they built themselves a bunker 100 feet under the ground.
Yeah, they've wasted a lot of money that they could have used in a far better way.
So that's important. You're saying, for sure, because you know, on record, no nuclear war.
Let me say this for sure. Mistakes happen.
Okay.
obviously. Nuclear mistakes even.
Okay.
But there is no perceived plan to do that on their part.
Okay. Good. So that's one thing you said you wanted to knock on the head.
Okay, so that's that.
Is there more?
So 2012, something's going to hit us out of the some natural massive phenomenon is going to happen.
People talk about a pole shift, which has happened in the past.
And Neruba and all that. Yeah, I've been told that we're a binary system.
A binary system?
Yeah.
But nothing to worry about?
No.
Something to worry about?
No, nothing to worry about. The fact that it's a binary system and the 2012, if you want to take that stupid film, that's, no. There will be some difficulties because of solar activity. I've been told that around that time, but they're not even accurate. You can't. No one can predict what the sun is about to do.
Okay.
They can say, this happens at that certain time, and it's not my field, so I don't really want to talk about that. But no, I've been told that, we've all been told because of our business assets and so on that it might be a good idea to have some sort of electromagnetic protection for your equipment.
Right, that's important.
Around that time.
That's it.
But it's not going to be the end of the world. We are talking about something that happened. It's happened 100 years ago.
Yes,
it's documented, and people and it's been documented that it is coming. It's not a secret.
Yes, is this 2013?
Yeah, 2012, 2013. Like I said, who can put a number in? There you go with your calendar again.
Right. Okay.
We're on a ball flying through space. What are you talking about calendars for? It's nonsense.
Okay.
It's education that you had that wasn't needed.
Okay. So what you're saying, this is a running summary here. You're saying that that the solar system is a binary system, but that's not in itself a problem.
Yeah.
There is going to be some heightened solar activity, probably.
Can I just stop you there? I'm not saying that because I'm not an educated.
You're saying,
I know as much. I know nothing about that. I only get involved if something's going to damage me.
Yes.
And if something is being said that I might take heed of, it will be stopped when I ask the question. But I don't want an education on it. I just ask, is that something I've got to worry about? Yes or no? No, it isn't.
Okay.
All right? And that's what I'm saying. Don't get me into the science of it because I have no idea.
Yes. Yeah. But these are things that have come up in conversation.
Yeah.
They've come up in conversation.
Yes. Like I said, sometimes alternative media get it right.
Okay. And you've got reason to believe that when those things did come up in conversation, no one was bullshitting you.
No, that's right.
It was just, this is just the way it was.
You wouldn't bullshit me.
Okay. Right. Okay, good.
Not because of any threat. You just wouldn't. That would muck it all up, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be smart for them to do that if they want to work with you.
No, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because I might decide that the bit of bullshit they gave me is a reason why I don't want to do what they want me to do.
Right. Good. That's why I decided at a very early stage I wouldn't bullshit you.
Yeah.
Right. Smart, right?
Mm-hmm. Very.
Okay.
Because I would have known.
You would have known, and I knew you would have known. So, and that's actually kept things on a very even keel between us, which I would like to think you've appreciated.
Yeah, which is why I said I wouldn't use body language on you, other than to help you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Back to what it is that is real here. You talked about a little bit of solar.
So we were on the list, weren't we? Okay, so we got 2012. There is going to be some solar activity. There is going to be a problem with the poles, but not a problem. Not something that is going to cause. They don't think it's going to cause massive disruption. However, preparations are being made.
Can you say anything more about that?
Well, you all know. Everybody knows. Everyone knows about.
But you mean the underground bases?
Yeah. There's millions and millions. I can't even. I don't know what the figure is for England, but or I don't know what the figure is for America either. It doesn't really interest me. But they have spent billions of dollars finding places that can be tunnelled easily and then going for it in a way, And what always amazes me is there are lorries going down there.
Yeah.
And those lorries are driven by guys that really should know better. And should be saying, well, you know where I went today, dear? And they don't. They just don't. It's amazing. That is one thing that actually amazes me quite often. People just don't. Yeah. I'm getting paid $800 a day to do it. All right? I won't talk about it.
Yeah. This is something that's often occurred to me, the tens of thousands of people involved in construction and no one saying
If you want to look for a villain, they're it. Yeah, they're you guys. And they're stabbing you right in the back for money.
Yeah. There's taking the money, signing the non-disclosure agreement and just...
Well, it's not even when we're talking about truck drivers and people like that, you're talking about people that were met in prison.
Okay.
And when you get out, go and see this guy.